Ladies and gentlemen, it is the end of Chinese New Year. Well, tomorrow, I think, technically. Tomorrow, it's the end of Chinese New Year. And not only that, today is Valentine's Day. So this is literally the perfect time for us to look at two sets of card sleeves sent over to me by none other than DRAGONSHIELD. By the way, if you didn't know, DRAGONSHIELD decided to reach out to me a while back and say, we would like you to be a part of our program. We know you like DRAGONSHIELD sleeves, and we'd like to send you some stuff and become an affiliate. So they sent me over some DRAGONSHIELD sleeves, and I'm going to take a look at these, give them my honest review. I'll tell you what I think, what I like, what I don't like, but it's the perfect time to do it because, like I said, it's like the end of Chinese New Year tomorrow, and it's, well, it's Valentine's Day today. So we're going to talk about both of these. By the way, I love this art. I think this art's hilarious for so many different reasons, but it's so funny. We're going to talk about both of these. These are art sleeves, and I'm going to tell you how I view these and what I think about them. So first things first, I totally did not crush this. It came a little bit messed up in the package, but that did not affect the sleeves whatsoever. Let's take a look at the brushed art sleeves, the Chinese New Year sleeves. So of course, these are 100 count. You get 100 of these. And let's talk about overall feel of just a single sleeve. So brushed art sleeves are fundamentally different than matte sleeves. Matte sleeves have more of a textured feel. Let me see if I can find a matte sleeve sitting on my desk. I have thousands of sleeves. Here's a matte sleeve. Different in texture and feel, and I'm holding up a jet. This is a matte sleeve jet, and there's a lot of people out there that use and like the jets. I like the jets as well. Definitely has a more rough, bumpy texture as far as how it feels on the back of your hand. It slides well, overall opens fine. These art sleeves feel a lot smoother overall. There is a texture there, but the difference here is like orange peel to like fine grit sandpaper. Okay, those are that's the difference overall. This definitely noticeably smoother, but still with some texture, and it does mean that you can grip it a little easier and it slides. I will say this though, my one downside of the way that this feels, and this is, I don't know if this is avoidable or anything, but it does feel almost papery in that consistency. That being said, I'm starting to prefer this feeling over this feeling, over the matte, the overall bumpiness. And this is the old mattes. These are not the dual mattes. If you want to see me talk about dual mattes, check the link up there. I did a full review on dual mattes. So I'm starting to prefer this art sleeve, and I do think this, overall, when you're holding these in your hand, they feel smoother and they feel cleaner. Now, these new sleeves, they've done something to these edges, to these points, so that you don't stab yourself as much anymore. The old sleeves, the old matte sleeves hurt. Like, this is not comfortable. I don't enjoy what I'm doing, but I'm doing it for you. So hit that little button up there to make the number go to the number, and then I would be very thankful. But right now, this doesn't hurt. And so whatever they did to round the edge, and it doesn't even look rounded in comparison, whatever they did, good for them, because there's a distinct and palpable difference in the way these feel overall. Now, I did sleeve up some cards so that we could see overall shuffle feel. These are all Majestics. They're all Majestics from the new Flesh and Blood set, and they're beautiful, and these are some extras that I had sitting on my desk, so I just picked them and I sleeved them up. When you're doing this, this feel overall is fantastic. Now, I've actually broken these sleeves in. I used these sleeves on a stream like a month ago. Multiple times on a stream like a month ago with Louie from Kitchen Table TCG, where we just played some Welcome to Wraith sealed. And these are not brand new, they are broken in, and that is important to note because sometimes you get DRAGONSHIELDs, especially these old ones. You get the DRAGONSHIELDs, and at first they feel fantastic, and then over time that old matte texture starts to pick up like grease on your hands or oils and start to slow down over time. But these don't do that, and that is the benefit of this brushed, I've found, of this brushed art sleeve, is that this texturing on the back doesn't pick up that stuff as much, or it just doesn't slow down as much. And so overall, when you're shuffling these, or when you're moving them around in your hand, or like rifling through your deck, they are very smooth and easy to just slide right through, doing what you need to do, cutting and all that sort of stuff. So I very much like the feel of these, and I very much like the way that they shuffle and move around in your hand. Now, like I said earlier, the one downside is that this back, sometimes when you're holding like a hand of cards, sometimes when you're holding them, they feel almost papery on the backs And that is a strange feeling. I think it's one that you probably get used to over time, but it's definitely something that if you're not used to it or you're not ready for it, it's like, whoa, what in the world is going on there? But overall, I like these Chinese New Year themed art brushed art sleeves. And that brushed texture is what gives us some of the benefit of shuffling and sliding feel without over time degrading. Now, the same thing can be said of the Dragonshield Valentine's Day sleeves. And if I had my pick, if I had my druthers, I actually prefer the art on Valentine's sleeves. I think these are hilarious. I think this is amazing. I just want to say that this dragon loves the other dragon, and that's beautiful. That is a wonderful, beautiful thing. But in the process of telling them that, they like murdered a dude and used his blood to write "I love you" on the stained glass. And then they're putting the crown, which was this like king's like crown, as a ring. That's just so funny. Oh my god, I love it so much. These also 100 count, and they have the exact same feel. Now, for this one, I actually wish that the bordering wasn't red. I think like a black border would have been cooler, but I don't know if that's something. I mean, they could probably just do that very easily. It makes sense because red is like, oh look, you see all the people in this one. All the people that just got brutally slaughtered. I'm so sorry for them, but it's cute, right? It's kind of cute. They could have just gone for like a black sleeve and have the what it feels like the art extend out to the edges. I think that would have been perhaps better, in my opinion, as far as aesthetics are concerned, but I still like this. I also think like the red here, while it is Valentine's Day, doesn't really jive with the fact that like there's this pink light seeping through the stained glass, right? So there's a little disconnect there for me, but the art overall I really enjoy on this one. The feel, and I used these at a farewell to Welcome to Wraith event, so these are all broken in as well. The art, great. The feel, the same as before. Because it's a because it's a brush sleeve, it has the exact same feel here. And I would even argue, this is a strange kind of thing, I think the backing on this one feels that more papery. You can almost hear it. Let me put it up to the microphone. I don't know if you can hear that. It feels different. It sounds the same. They sound the same, but this one almost feels a little bit more like a normal sleeve backing in texture. This one feels a little papery. I don't know why that is. It could just be me feeling it that way, but I love these ones overall. Now, this is the one thing, and this brings me back to art sleeves in general. The one thing that I think anybody can relate to is, yes, these shuffle well, yes, they feel good overall, but what if you don't like the art? That is the fundamental make or break moment for brushed art sleeves. And I personally would say I like the art on this enough to say, man, just buy these because they're so beautiful. And I think dragons are cool, and I think tigers are cool. And these ones it has that classic like Chinese depiction of a dragon and the like stamped inking of like a tiger, and these ones are really cool and flavorful as well. If I had to pick one of these, I would pick the dragons because it's like totally my style, but I definitely appreciate the art style of like old Chinese prints and the way that dragons are depicted in the culture, which is beautiful. Also, I am a sucker for like the way that like China and Japan do clouds. I think we should all do clouds like that. It's just so cool. So I love these sleeves. I will be using these going forward in the future. If you don't like the art on either of these, there is another option. Let me grab it really quick. This is the other option. If you're like, yeah, I like the way that those feel, I like the way that those just like shuffle, and they're just nice, but I just can't find something that I'm in love with as far as art is concerned. The other option, of course, is their custom card sleeves, and this is something I haven't done a video on. I did get a few of these, and I sat down to make that video, and then like things got crazy because callings happened. But these art sleeves are fantastic. These custom art sleeves are fantastic. They feel really good. They look good. If you want to see me do a review of these specifically, let me know in a comment below, because I could definitely talk about these. What are, oh my god, it's a tunic. Just a skullcap, a tunic, and Stormstriders. These were, I shouldn't be like throwing these around. But yeah, these are fantastic, and these are custom, so you can send them the art you want printed. There's definitely a markup as far as that, but if you want to know more about these specifically, let me know in a comment below. In fact, I'll probably make that anyway, just so that I can talk about these compared to some other like custom sleeves, like the Your Playmat sleeves, which I thought were fantastic as well. So that is the brushed art these are the brushed art sleeves. These are perfect for the season right now that we're in and moving on towards. Highly recommend you go check them out if you want to. If I give you my druthers, my pick, I would pick this one over that one. So that's my overall choice. But I think they're well made. They feel good to shuffle, and they're both super, super cool. Thank you again, DRAGONSHIELD, for sending these out. And if you enjoyed the video, if you learned something about DRAGONSHIELD sleeves, do a thing. Make a number go to a number. Once we hit 10K, we'll all throw a party. It'll be great. It'll be like a giant party. I'll give away one of these foil playmats. If you want to watch a foil playmat video, go check the link up there. As always, everybody, thanks for watching.